Hello, my name is Shudley, and welcome back to another episode of Colombian Space Initiative in Supreme World Ultimate. And in previous episode we did conquer Ecuador. I have skipped ahead a little bit again. I'm not currently planning a war against Venezuela because they do like me, although if we were to conquer that we'd be getting a lot of nice little research centers over there. I believe they had 5 total, which would be rather good. Oh, USA actually has a plane in here right now. But yes, I was actually looking through a few things here. Provocation. Tibet and Albania are the most likely to attack us right now, and I don't think either one of them is actually going to attack. But looking at the bottom of the list, we're not actually the lowest on the list. Peru, Guyana and Canada are lower in there. USA is right next to us on the list here, so we don't really need to worry about any of those attacking us, and that's good. We are about to win our next election. We're currently losing a little bit of money. I'm trying to build a few things, but I had to pause them. Or primarily, I'm expanding the consumer goods production, but that is currently on hold, mostly due to the lack of money. And once we win the election, and once we get the urban renewal, actually, because the infrastructure rating going up, we can then save a little bit on the expenses there and still get the same outcome, which is something that we will want to do, just to save up a little bit. Also, a lot of the social stuff is costing us a lot, so we may need to lower the healthcare and education, all that sort of stuff a little bit eventually, but that may take some time. But anyway, we're still losing a few $1 million. Actually, no, we gained a little bit there, and the polls are opened. So, it is the election day. I'm pretty sure that we will win this. Oh wow, industrials 90. Hold on a minute. Oh, that was probably some leftover sales, I reckon. I don't know. I mean, we are getting quite a bit of money in here, and the price has increased. Of course, the expenses have also increased, but we had the election victory. So now, what I think I will do is I will lower the healthcare funding back to 10 million. Just to save up a little bit. I mean, it will slow down the population increase and immigration and all that sort of stuff. It will also lower the approval rating a little bit, but at the same time, we already got well over 20 million people. We got about 22 million actually. And frankly, if we could have a look at our unemployment, it's 6.3%, so we don't necessarily need more workers right now to move in. There we go, we got the urban renewal. So that increases our infrastructure rating a little bit, so we can... Did it actually... Oh, I think it did change some of the houses there, not all the way, not to the same degree as, for example, USA has. But it is still an improvement there, and now I believe... Let's actually pause for a quick moment, so... Infrastructure, it says 70%, I'm going to lower the funding to about 11 million. So it's not going to be a massive difference in there, but it should still... save us a little bit, especially with the increase in the rating. It's not going to be dropping the productions too much, but it should save us a few dollars at least. I'm going to lower the science funding to about 19 million. Wait, no, 18 million. And that might just be... Okay, we got a pretty good boost of money there. I'm not entirely sure where that came from. We're getting a lot of money from industrial goods sales, though. Oh, never mind, actually. I was looking at the same numbers, just different order. Okay, so that's actually not too bad. And we're selling most of the extra that we produce right now. Now, we are still having a massive problem with money. How much troops are we producing? We got some elite guards and some artillery troops underway, and then... Actually, we don't have a ship under construction, do we? No, we built up all the ships already. Alert level goes down. That should be expected, to be fair. There's no major war. Well, there's still technically the proxy war between Germany and China going on. And China actually doesn't like us anymore. They still allow us to see the stuff, but they are a bit cold. They were actually even worse at one point in their opinion of us. But yeah, there's a lot of Chinese troops over here. I'm sure that that will start a war eventually. It's just a matter of time when they decide to give up on that. So far, or when they decide to declare war. And actually, Afghanistan made truce with Also, ceasefire with Germany. Oddly enough, I mean, Germany is only fighting Iran. I'm pretty sure that is the only war going on, because USA did sign a ceasefire with El Salvador, who has one city here. It's even smaller than it was before, and it wasn't a particularly large country, even then. Now, clearly, if I had been governing or leading El Salvador, it would have been a lot bigger, but at the same time, I've already done that. And the starting resources are rather poor. Anyway, let's have a quick look over here. So we are making a decent bit of cash. Oh, actually the price has dropped a little bit there. And... oh. How much are we producing? Oh, right, there was a little bit of demand because we just built another truck over here, didn't we? Indeed we did. Right, well, let's make these another group. We got those there. We've got quite a bit of troops in here in the south. I'm just going to put you, or entrench you around there for the time being. I'm going to send the... you know that we got the recon unit somewhere, I just don't remember... oh, there you are. Let's get over there. Oh, I didn't give them orders to move as a group. Right, well, that's alright. So now we can... ooh, and the alerts goes up. It just goes up and down all the time. Right, so we are about 2.5 months away from the globalized education system, which is going to increase the research efficiency a little bit, but also the education costs. And that is kind of good, kind of bad. Actually, let's have a look. Did the urban renewal open up any new research? I don't think it did. Well, definitely not in military, and no, the science and technology was, and society was already what they are now. The available options there, so no, I don't think that opened up anything. Is this gonna... no, that's not leading anywhere either. Now, there are quite a few things that we need, especially improving our military at some point. Actually, I wonder, can we sell anything to... no, Brazil doesn't actually... oh, wow, Brazil hates us. Not entirely sure why, but they do. I mean, to be fair, I have been expanding a little bit on my neighbors. What about you? Can I sell you the... ooh, orbital launch pad? You don't have a lot of money, though, so... it's going to be a bit of, only 15 million... no, that's... or 16 million, but yeah, that's not enough. Although, money would be nice, I can't deny that. But, I mean, there's actually a few things that we can... lower a little bit. For example, I currently have military... oh, recommended is 2 million, okay. I've been lowering each of these by about 10%. Or 20% now. Although, actually, is that 20%? Well, it could be. Maybe. It's a bit hard to tell because the button over there, or the slider... selector is a bit large. But yeah, I'll lower the military funding a little bit. That should give us a bit more money to use. And we can then complete the consumer goods factory over here. We just need... let's see, how many more days do we need? 4 more days. It's probably going to be costing like 10 million per day. So once we reach, I don't know, 50 or 60 million, we might be able to build this up. There we go. I had to take a bit of tea over there. Right. Less than 2 months for that. So USA has a plane in our lands here. I mean, sure. I don't really have a problem with that. I do wonder, though. Okay, so we hold all of that. We do have the artillery over here. We've got some engineers over there to do some building. And that sort of stuff. We've got 40 million. Then we've got a little bit of troops over here in case Costa Rica decides to attack us. But I'm not going to be expanding further north. Because I have a feeling that USA will head south anyway. And I don't want to anger too many people. I mean, okay. Venezuela is now neutral. So if they were to attack me, I would certainly capture them. Or destroy them most likely. Although they probably have a lot larger military than I do. Let's actually have a look. So their military is 91,000. My military is 109,000. Okay, so it's going to be a bit of a difficulty in there. Let's actually have a look. Do they have a lot of military goods? They got mid-sized military goods there. And they got the production over there. Or the land unit production, that is. Is that? That's industrial goods. More industrial goods. I don't think they have a lot of military goods production. I mean, they don't necessarily need a lot of it. I'd made a decent bit of money from it earlier, but that's about it. Right, let's resume construction there. It's going to probably get rather costly very swiftly, but once we complete that, that's going to lower the unemployment a tiny bit. Ooh, wow, that's actually a lot larger cost than I expected. But yeah, once we get that, that's going to increase our income a little bit. Okay, I can afford going for one more day, and then I'm going to have to pause it and wait for a bit more cash. Once we reach like 15 million or 20 million, that's going to be more than plenty to complete it. And we seem to be getting a decent bit of money. I mean, is there still $1,000 per ton per all of the consumer goods? The profit margin there is pretty decent. We've got some troops over here that are kind of here just to... If there's a war between us and Venezuela, then these can clear out the enemy troops, all the Venezuelan troops here. I really shouldn't call them enemies quite yet. I think some garrisons around here, you know, precaution. We'll probably add in some garrisons over there. I mean, not putting up full garrisons, but a little bit here and there. Let's actually have a look. Unemployment has gone down to 6.4% now. Well, we still haven't completed the factory, of course, but the garrisons do actually offer jobs for people. At least one way or another. Right, I think we got enough money to complete this because it's only 2 days remaining. Let's see, is that... Yes, it is enough. And now we don't need to worry about that. That's going to increase the production. Let's actually have a look. It's 3,000. It didn't actually increase it much, did it? Or maybe it did already factor it in them. That could be it. Threat goes down. Okay, so no, it didn't really go up. How's the infrastructure rating right now? It's 70.9, so it did actually go up a little bit. While we did lower the daily investment a tiny bit, but it's not a massive improvement there. Let's actually have a look. So what are we spending? Law enforcement is pretty high, but we can't really lower that too much. We could potentially lower the family subsidies a tiny bit. Environment, I don't want to lower it too much. Social assistance isn't all that expensive. Culture, we can probably lower it back to 1 or by 1 million. We'll probably raise them up eventually. It's just right now we need to have a bit of a cash reserve to actually do anything. Anything meaningful anyway. Yeah, we'll get the education system relatively soon. Then it's going to take a long... Well, actually, it's not that long. Like, it's still going to take about 25 days, so it's going to be about 50 days for the surgical lasers. And then, okay, then helicopters and beyond that, it's going to take a long while. Oh, you are requesting petroleum. Alright then. How much do we have still? We got 2 million barrels. So we're going to fall selling quite a bit. But yeah, I believe Mexico... Yeah, Mexico is no longer... There's a lot of troops moving back and forth here. And Cuba, of course, is also no longer. There's some partisan units forming. I mean, the partisan units, if you are willing to deal with them, then you don't need a huge funding in law enforcement, although you will have some corruption that will happen every now and then. Whereas if you have high law enforcement funding, then that, of course, the requirement for the funding goes up when you capture lands, and also the captured lands, or the populations in the captured areas, have, generally speaking, a a loyalty penalty, which means that your approval rating, for example, will be lower on average, even with the same amount of funding than before you capture. Oh, and every time that kind of scares me. Oh, is that someone declaring war? But no, that's a different sound effect. Okay, so we've got 50 million. It's still basically nothing, to be fair. But we can start maybe gathering up some cash and buying some more technologies, because I'm sure that there are things that we could buy, or would buy if we had the money. Is that actually... Nah, not directly, but there might be some things that... Surface detection radar, chemical... Well, not chemical warfare shells, that's for sure. Amphibious assault designs, that only unlocks some of those. I'm not gonna take nuclear weapons production. Basic holography. That's actually rather cheap. I might be able to buy that from USA. I mean, we don't have the money for that yet, but that was in science? Yeah. How much would we... 200 million. Roughly speaking. It might be a bit better price later, but... Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, we've got 77 right now. We'll be getting a bit more money soon now. And yeah, we are... Actually, how much are we making in sales of consumer goods? It's all about 10 million. Or $10 million, and industrial goods is 18 million. Petroleum 5 million. Timber... Oh, wow, we actually spent a lot of money on agriculture. That reminds me. Okay, we are buying as needed. Quite a bit in there. I mean, the price difference between the production and market price, that's not a massive difference in there, quite frankly, so we can probably afford going with that. And we're not training troops down here right now, are we? I'm not entirely sure that we need to be training more troops, to be fair. I mean, we could train troops to be in the reserve, which means that we'd at least have some troops ready if things go wrong to send in to the battle. Okay, 4 more days for the education system. Now, to be fair, let's actually have a look. How much do we spend on education right now? 7 million. It's not going to be that massive increase in the cost there, to be fair. I think we can afford it. Plus, the research efficiency is certainly going to be good. Now, I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be going to 106% or anything like that, but it's going to grow a little bit. Okay, tomorrow we'll get that, and is that... Right, that didn't unlock anything else. Improved laser system, that's actually not an expensive one. Oh, that's good. We should probably start figuring out some other things to buy. Maybe something military related. Improved sub-construction, maybe? Does that unlock sustained submersibles? You know what, I will get that. And jet engine improvements is also another one that we need to go along the Air Force production. Is it improved aircraft? Hold on, I don't remember which exactly it was, but I know that we need something for the ballistic missiles, missile guiding. Oh, right, missile prototypes and all that sort of stuff is the thing that we need. Okay, so you wanted petroleum, and you're offering. I can't afford paying that much. I'll just buy it from the market. It's a lot cheaper to me than paying 120 million in 7 days for you. Sure enough, you'd be offering a lot of food, I'm not denying that, but it's just... I don't have that sort of money. Okay, so we still have a little bit extra production on electricity. The price isn't too bad. Well, it could certainly be better. Oh, the expenditures have actually gone down a little bit. So, did the... No, the research efficiency didn't actually go up all that much. But, fair enough. Circular lasers, so after that, there's going to be the industrial laser. There's 900 million. And there's the medical... Oh, right, for this one we need the parallel computing concepts. Which, are we researching now? I don't think we are. That's in technology, so that Ah, I see. It's the price issue. That's about it. Commercial computers. No, what? Oh, right, microprocessors. That is actually something that we do need. How much does it cost? 1.2 million, or 2 billion rather, for that. 1.2. Right, so there's some Canadian elite guards over there and there. Alright then, I wonder, Canada does like us. Can we get some deals with them? Not really. I mean, we can, but we have to pay for each and every deal. And I'd rather not do that. Right, so let's see. 100. It's a bit expensive, but I'll take it. We're down to 26 million, but at least we get a little bit forward in some of the text there. So is this... Actually, did it unlock... I'm not entirely sure that it unlocked anything directly. But it was required for some other text. We're still making a decent bit of money from the daily... Well, the balance between taxes and expenditures and trade. So it's not too bad, I suppose, but let's... Production is a little bit less than treasury, which is mostly the social spending and facility upkeeps. Let's have a quick look over there. So, I'd rather not lower the infrastructure too much. I don't really think that I can afford increasing it all that much either. Although, well, we do actually have a bit of extra in there, so I'm going to increase the funding to... Let's go for 13 million. That should increase the supply levels quite a bit. Actually, have a look. Yeah, it's going to be increasing slowly, but that should increase the amount of things that we produce, especially the industrial and consumer goods would be nice. Oh, the electric power production cost has gone down. Well, that's handy. Alright, so we've got almost another elite guard group over there. Now, to be fair, we actually do have some reserve units still. We've got some mounted infantry, some cavalry units, some light tanks, quite a few ships. And, well, that's about it. You know what? We are getting a decent bit of cash. I am going to build up some elite guards down here. Just one more group over there, so it can be used if need be. Hopefully we don't need it, but... You know, better be safe than sorry. But to be fair, if we want to get the... Oh, actually, I think we can afford increasing the research cost a little bit. That's probably one of the things that save us a fair bit of cash here. But yeah, if we can get the commercial computers... It is very expensive, but then we can get the microprocessors, which is also very expensive. Although for that we do still need the... Well, we're going to need the industrial lasers for this. We are in process of getting those. I mean, first we are getting the surgical lasers, and then we get the industrial ones. So we've got quite a bit of military research as well that we could be doing. So there's the transport plane. Again, there's a few different plane designs, but we don't really have anything to build them with. So that is admittedly a bit of a problem. I mean, we can always just buy designs from USA. That shouldn't really be the problem. Yeah, right now, not a massive amount of things going on. Just trying to improve our economy slightly and prepare for any potential wars. There's probably going to be quite a time skip between the episodes, because we are actually rather close to the end, I believe. Indeed we are. 20 seconds away, so you know what, I'm going to end it here, because I don't think there's going to be much happening in here at the end of the episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.